everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Hope everyone's having a great day, ready to start your weekend. I know I am. Before we get started, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and as a thank you, I give you Chapter 2 of The Adventures of Rollo the Raccoon. The Bridge of Butterflies. Rollo clutches the ropes of an old bridge that swayed high above the sparkling river. Beneath him, glowing fish danced, and above, butterflies fluttered like lanterns. He took a deep breath and crossed, heart thumping with courage. All right, let's get into this charts. So, since yesterday, we were talking about seeing some upwards movement on the chart, and that's exactly what we saw. We came out of our, where were we yesterday? Let's see. Is this it? May 1st? Yeah, I guess it was right around here. We were pretty much where we were now, huh? So we came out, we moved up. We were talking about, hey, this isn't done. The measured move, at least, of this bull flag wasn't done. But we saw a little pullback. Now we saw a little move up. Price action is now a little bit higher, but RSI is a little bit lower. So what we're seeing here on the 90-minute chart is a bearish div. Turn that green, or turn that to red. There you go. And then down here on the RSI, you can see lower highs. That is a bearish divergence here on the 90-minute chart, suggesting that we see some downside coming up. How far down? Well, we did form this other bull flag here. So let's draw out this bull flag. We'll draw it out in green. So let me switch that color again. So now in green, bull flaggy flag. Just drawing it out. There you go. And then if we take the measured move of that flag, we would have a move up to, let's say from the top, 101, 102, just about the same as the measured move of this bull flag. Ain't that something? Basically the same spot. So let's get rid of the old bull flag for now. Well, let's get rid of the old measured move of the bull flag. Whoops. Hey, I wanted to keep that one. That one I want to get rid of for now. I'm going to leave the bull flag there. Leave the fib retracement for that bull flag. But I'm going to draw. Oh, you know what? Let me make this bigger. Sorry for all y'all on a cell phone. There you go. Bigger. I'm going to leave the old bull flag, and I'm going to draw a fib retracement for the new bull flag from the bottom to the top. And we could see it move back down to about 94.5 before this bull flag gets invalidated. Now, if we did see that, our measured move would move down to 98.5, not much higher than we're at currently, but that's only if we move all the way down to the 786 and then break out from down there. But of course, if we move that far down, then the chances of invalidating that bull flag become higher. So let's keep that there. Watch for this bearish divergence to drive price action down to maybe not as far as the 786, maybe just down to the 618. Or maybe it does what it did here, comes down to 382. You know what I mean? Like any of these fib retracement levels could act as a stop, as support, and a spot where price action breaks out from. Now, it's not guaranteed, but it is likely. Right now, it's more likely. I think the bull flag is more likely to play out right now than it is to not, despite the bearish div. The bearish div just tells us that there's probably going to be a bit of a pullback in this bull flag, but the bull flag isn't invalidated, like I said, until this golden pocket is breached. That 786 turns to resistance. All right. Let's look at the Stokes here. The Stokes are in bullish territory above their signal line, so showing bullish momentum. However, the RSI has started to turn down. It is above its signal line, so let's see if it can find some strength and turn around here. If it can and get above this high here, then we can invalidate that bearish div, and then the chances of going up increase. But at the moment, it's not showing us that. At the moment, it's showing us that bearish div, showing us some downside momentum. Let's take a quick peek at the 22-minute chart just to see where things are here. Well, here the Stokes are pointing down. Same thing with the RSI. It looks like it wants to turn around, wants to bounce off of that signal line, but that doesn't mean that it will, especially with the stochastics pointing down in their oscillation. Let's look at the 5 real quick. Make this bigger. Okay, so the 5-minute does look like the oscillation is starting to turn around back to the upside. That means that the 22-minute might have found a bottom as well. Good, good, good. Let's see if it happens. We got to watch for the RSI to break over its signal line again, though, to show us some strength. And then we'd need to see another higher high. Otherwise, we are going to go back down. Let's look at the 1 minute just for funsies. 1 minute looks like it's bouncing off its 200. That's a good sign. RSI is looking strong. Stochastics kind of stuck here and overbought, which means that it may end up turning down. Now, if it does turn down, as long as we see price action stay over that 200, then yeah, we might see that turnaround happening on the 5-minute. We might actually get that higher high on the 5-minute, which actually means that we'll see this turnaround here on the 22, and then maybe get that higher high here on the 22 as well. And here on the 90, which would bring us out, which would give us a higher high, hopefully here on the RSI on the 90, and that would invalidate our bearish div here. But as it stands, the bearish div is there, so watch for that pullback back to 94.5. Let's look at the 6-hour chart real quick. So 6-hour chart. Our bearish div here is still there. It's actually grown a little bit. But our RSI is moving to the upside. So, hey, still a chance for that bearish div to go away, become invalidated. Our bull flag, still a bull flag. I mean, we started breaking out of it. See, like kind of started breaking out of it. So we could draw another line. We'll just leave this, the red line for the bearish div. That's our new resistance line. And our green one here, we broke over that. We can make this one blue then, since we haven't broken under it. But that's our lower bound of our bull flag. Bull flag invalidation at 86. But I don't know if we're going to make it down that far. Even with this bearish div, if that does take hold and drive price down, I think 94, well, a little higher than 94 might hold. That 21 might hold. But even if not, if 94 doesn't hold, then we're still okay, because we're looking down, even down to 86, we'd still be okay, and looking at this bull flag still being in play. Of course, if it made it down that low, then our bounce back up would only be back up to about these levels that we're at currently. I'd like to see this bearish div go away and the bullish movements to continue. All right, let's just take a quick peek at the daily, and then we'll call it a day. Here on the daily, things are looking good. I mean, yesterday closed bullish. We moved up. RSI is moving into overbought territory, though. Stokes are stuck in overbought territory, though. And I mean, this could continue. This could continue upwards, you know, maybe up to our next resistance here at 99.6, close to 100K, and then find a reversal, or we're going to find a reversal back down now, either to 94 and then bounce, maybe down to 90 and then bounce. As long as, and we've talked about this, as long as we're over top, as long as we put in a new higher low, I mean, as long as we're over this previous low, this one, as long as we're higher than it, even at that 618, even within the golden pocket, we're still putting in a higher low and confirming that the trend is reversing. How far up does the trend reverse? Well, we talk about this daily. If we go by the descending wedge there, Then that comes back up to where it started at all-time highs. If we go by the bull flag, 115. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Music provided by Luminous Veloa and Sax Squatch. Y'all are awesome. Keep that ish up. Much love. See you tomorrow.